Cookie Monster approaches Gordon and shows him a picture that he drew. It's round and brown with dark patches all over. Gordon guessed correctly that he drew a cookie, but Cookie specifies that it isn't just any cookie, it's a drawing of the moon. Cookie Monster believes it to be a giant cookie in the sky since it shares so many attributes with his favorite treat. Cookie Monster tries to get to the moon by jumping and considers getting a very long ladder. But Gordon tells him it isn't possible to get to the moon that way. He also gently explains that the moon isn't a cookie, saying that people have studied it using telescopes and even visited the moon. Cookie Monster recalls that Slimy has traveled to the moon and goes to ask him some questions. Cookie Monster makes his way to Oscar's trash can and asks Slimy if the moon is a cookie, despite Oscar's annoyance for bothering his worm. Slimy doesn't know because he didn't taste it when he was there, so Cookie still has hope in figuring it out. Upon Cookie's request, Slimy calls Wassa on his cell phone, noting that his friend wants to go to the moon. A rocket, the USS Crumb, and a portable launch pad from Wassa immediately shows up, but Cookie Monster is too big to get on it and goes off without him. Gordon tries to tell him again that the moon isn't a cookie, but Cookie Monster frantically runs off to find another route to space. A little later at evening time, Cookie Monster, Gabby, and several children, including Tyrell, congregate in the yard, and Gordon approaches them with astronaut Buzz Aldrin, who is the second person to set foot on the moon. Buzz Aldrin introduces himself and tells the group about his moon trip, and Cookie Monster asks him if the moon is a cookie. Aldrin does one better and provides him with an actual moon rock. Cookie believes it to be a stale cookie at first, but Aldrin confirms that the moon is not a cookie, but notes that even so, it's still an existing place. One can see stars and the Earth from the moon and take large hops due to the weaker gravity. Cookie Monster thanks Aldrin for imparting his hard-earned knowledge and needs some time alone to think. He sings, "If moon was a cookie," to himself and imagines going to the moon and eating it. Afterwards, it strikes Cookie Monster that even though the moon isn't a cookie, the stars might be. He walks back to Aldrin and asks him if he's landed on stars or other planets. Aldrin confirms that he is not and encourages Cookie Monster to become an astronaut himself. Cookie becomes excited over these potential discoveries and considers nibbling on Mars and chomping on Jupiter.